Welcome to your December reading. Hope you're amazing. So, we're going to jump right in. Um, Timestamps in the description box below to go to each section. We're going to do general, love, and then a spirit message to tie it all together for December. So, Virgo, let's do this. Okay, general energy. We have relaxation, prophets, ancient seers. Wait, there we go. That's better. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. Okay. I feel like I need to pull a second card for you. Planning and action. Hmm. In December, you are breaking free from not making a decision on something, or breaking free from something. It's almost like you have been stuck to something, uh, and you're just not stuck to it anymore. And it's different for different people. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. I can't get one gauge on it. Um, it's more like a breaking free type of energy, and then you come out. That's what it is. And then you're just taking the steps forward. I feel like it says planning and action, but to me, it's like you're just making that decision to break free. And once you open that door to open this, it's just wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do at that point. I feel like you're not held by the restraints of what if this happens? What if this happens? It's more like you're just following this kind of new sense of freedom and exploration energy that you have. Like you're like, I can do anything. I can do anything. And it's really because you had took so much time, I feel like, not doing anything, that now that you are, it's like a free. Oh my God, the 8 of Wands. I'm telling you, Virgo, you're just like, I'm making moves. It's all about abundance, and it's all about action and doing things differently and exploration and figuring out things, but you're excited about it. Okay. All right. So we have the 5 of Swords, or yeah, 5 of Swords, 2 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to actually do all these in the upright. I feel like I want to do that. So 2 of Cups in the middle here. 2 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and the Chariot. Very much breaking free energy. I don't know what you're breaking free from. It's like you're breaking free from constraints of, but it's interesting because it's almost like your own personal constraints, sort of. It's not like someone else puts you in constraints. It's just like you're like, you know what? Balls to the wall. That's what it looks like to me. Okay, so this feels like it's leaning to me. That's why I'm playing around with it. A lot of you, I feel like you don't want to miss out on a friendship or a love relationship. Um, So you're detaching in an emotional way so you don't get hurt. So this is like staying with a person or being with a person or connected to someone, but there's an emotional distance between you two. Yeah, I feel like you and someone have been you've been going through some turmoil, right? I feel like a lot of back and forth. I feel like sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Confusion, thinking, processing. It's all of those things wrapped up into one. This scenario between maybe you and a person. Um, Sometimes you feel like something is for you, sometimes you don't. It's like all over the place. It could even be that other people are involved, and it feels like this person kind of just changes with the wind sometimes. Um, but you want to be friends, you want to be partners, you want to be connected, you don't want to leave this situation behind, but you need to assess the give and take because you don't want to make it seem like you're giving too much and not getting enough back and then getting burnt out. So I feel like you have assessed by December how to keep this situation or person in your life without burning yourself out. Okay, that's a little deep, but um so I feel like in December you've kind of learned how to deal with the situation and your emotions that are involved in this. You're being very logical and less emotional in this situation. I do feel like you feel like someone has a lack of interest in you, or maybe your job doesn't care enough about you. It's like a feeling of maybe I'm being taken for granted type of energy. Um, and I feel like it has a lot to do with what's based on what was in the past. So it's about needing to look forward. Like now, this situation is different than it was in the past. It's not going to be the same. I feel like you shouldn't compare the two. Um, so you can look at what's happening now as just what's happening now. And that's going to be a little bit hard to do. Um, I feel you getting a little bit defensive during this time as well because it kind of feels like you're in a limbo. You're in a limbo with things. This is interesting because I feel like something gearing up and then slowing down. Gearing up and then slowing down. What is this? This is all over the place, Virgo. I also feel something coming back around to you. It's like you have to learn how to detach yourself from something only for it to come back around to you again. So we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like you need to break free from something, like mentally, and not let it bother you mentally. That's what it is. This is very much the Four of Swords in reverse is very much like a it'll come back around if you want to, but this is like trying not to get burnt out on a situation. So you need to take a break. You need to take a break and just allow something to come back or to re-enter your life when it needs to. Even though you kind of like, it's like you kind of know already what the problems are, what the issue is, but you have to release it and let it come back on its own time if it's meant to come back. You have to be in a sense of complacency right now, and it's not something that you're gonna like, but it's like what needs to happen. Six of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it doesn't feel fair. Okay, so you have to let something come to you. This is something or someone. I'm saying something because this is not supposed to be the love section of the reading, but it feels like it is. It's like not giving to something, not working on something and just kind of letting it be, letting it happen, letting it flow on its own time, but being very consistent. So you don't want to get angry, you don't want to make any like changes. You're just releasing kind of like the emotional drive towards it right now or towards them right now. But it looks like someone misses you. Like someone misses you or sees the impact that you have on this job or their lives, and then they come back around. Well, this doesn't feel like abnormal at all. Two of Wands, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I see you being open to the possibilities. You're not closed off to it. And I feel like it's because you really want this thing to come to some sort of conclusion. That's what I see. It's like something comes back into your life or comes back around and you just start over again. Huh. Even though you know that it may happen again, I just see you being open to the possibilities. What is this, Virgo? Yeah, it's like you're not very confident about it. You're not very confident, but you're like opening yourself up to it. There's a lot going on for you in December. Yeah, something's coming back around. I can honestly tell you that for sure. Something's coming back around in your life, and you are going to be open emotionally to it. I mean, that's really it. There's nothing else. It's almost like there's no advice. There's nothing. It's just like this is what's gonna happen. Here you go. That's what it is. Something that has taken you through the ringer, back and forth. You have to ignore it. Comes back around. You're open to it. You're not sure if it's gonna happen again. That's pretty much it summed up, to be honest. All right, let's get into the love section. Hello, Virgo. Let's get into this love reading. I'm interested. That general reading was all over the place. So let's see what we have for love in December. This could be the one. Keep an open mind and chemistry. Yeah, you and someone are just not seeing eye to eye in December. It's not like you don't care about each other. I feel like you're just maybe on different pages or something. I feel like you are keeping your heart open. Yeah, so your general reading was about love. I feel like you're keeping your heart open to this person. I feel like there's more that you don't understand. This is not a this is not a like fight or argue. This is more like a we're trying to get through something together type of thing. And you're being compassionate to them during this time, even though it's not comfortable for you. It's like you're being the bigger person. Yeah. The Knight of Swords. This is like you being very decisive on what it is that you want. I don't but what's interesting is I don't feel like you really know what's going to happen. But I feel like you're ready to say your side of the story. You know, like once a person comes towards you with some sort of conversation, I feel like you have a conversation to follow up with. You know, I don't feel like it's like, oh, I can't wait to tell them this thing, you know, unless it's like, you know, I want to try to work this out or something like that. I don't know. It's an interesting energy, Virgo, because I don't feel like you want to end anything. It just feels like you want to talk or say your piece, but someone is like running from you. That's what it feels like. Feels like this person is like running from you. Okay. So 3 of Cups, the Devil, the 4 of Cups, the Emperor, Knight of Wands, the High Priestess in reverse, Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Justice in reverse. Your energy is kind of confusing this week, only because of this month, because it's like you have very settled energy. It's like the stuff around you that's not settled, right? So I'm trying to like think about how it is impacting you. Okay. Yes, someone's rushing back into you in December or back towards you. The thing is, something about them rushing back towards you doesn't feel very stable. And that's the thing. They feel very stuck in old ways and old thoughts and old directions almost. They have a lot of things that they need to let go of and move on from that don't serve them anymore. Um, but they always end up coming back to you. It's like they need to assess why that is, but they don't want to face it. Like they don't want to face that they're in love or that in love you have to sacrifice and they're not willing to sacrifice, things like that. All you see is that there are problems and you feel isolated. You don't feel like you can even like be like connected to this person because of the negativity that that they're bringing or that they're leaning into, I guess. Um, I feel like you're holding it down though, I want to say, Virgo. Like you are literally fine without them in the nicest possible way. I think you can see through this person, and that's what makes you not be all over the place or weirded out or doubting yourself, because you can kind of see through them. It's like you know what they need to do, but it's not your place to tell them what they need to do. Um, I do feel like this person's going to come back to you. Okay. The thing is, I feel like you're going to tell them very directly this time how it makes you feel. And it's not very planned out or thought either. It's just like, I don't like that you keep coming in and out, or I don't like that you're doing this. And they're going to feel, let me say it like this, Virgo. They're going to feel stuck. They're going to feel pushed, like you're trying to have them make some sort of decision they're not ready to make. The problem is, or they're not the problem, the benefit for you is that you're putting in their mind that they need to think about how they're going to handle this or what they're going to do with you, because it's not fair for them to keep doing this. Like, it's comfortable for them, it's not comfortable for you. So I feel like this puts into action in their mind like what they need to do better. Okay. um so it does bring the injustice or the unfairness up to the surface when you do end up saying these things, when they do come back. And it needs to come out. It's like it has been ignored for some time, or not really talked about to the extent or the directness. And I feel like it does need to come out. That does need to happen. And I do feel like it starts the process, okay, of what needs to happen. Um, yeah, that's what I see. Because I don't see you being mad. I don't see you being angry. I see you saying what you need to say, because you're like, I care about you. I think that this could work. I like our relationship. So I'm expressing myself in the way that you're supposed to with the person that you want to be with. Yeah. I feel like before this, there has been a lot of beating around the bush, I want to say, not being very direct, because of the fear of what could happen if you are direct or if you say something straightforward. Hoping that things will go back to how it was in the past, and just being satisfied kind of with the connection you do have when you do have it, for both of you, actually. Yeah, but in December, it's like it's time to let things go and start a new movement. This is like, I want something that's going to last. I want something that makes me feel comfortable. I want someone who's going to be here with me and actually get a home and maybe get married or actually be together. These are the things that you want, or that somebody wants from you, because this energy could go vice versa. And I feel like that's what the focus is. You're going to be really mentally focused on achieving that. So once your mind is set on it, I feel like that's when you're going to start expressing like your actual feelings about it. Yeah, I do feel like this is going to cause some discord, okay? This conversation. And it Also, also this energy is built up from being alone on both sides. So I feel like once you once you have been alone, your mind kind of works in its own genre or area. So you have been focused on something, one way of thinking, and they have been focused on another way of thinking. So when you come together, you're both like, oh, I just need to get this fact across that I feel. Um, I feel like there's an issue with compromising here. That's what's so weird about it, because you're both just like trying to get your point across to the other person. I feel like both of you have made some mistakes. Like you should have spoken up earlier. But it's like both of you should have spoken up earlier than when this does happen. Um, I do feel like this creates a sort of pause in your connection, and you both need to separate to figure out how to process what the other one wants. So I feel like there's a big conversation that needs to be had, and then a thinking about what's next. That's what December looks like. Whew, Virgo. Let's get into this spirit message. I need to know how this is going to sum up for you. All right, Virgo. Let's get into your spirit message. Yeah. This month is about opening up your heart. Yeah. This is about opening up your heart to things that are to come that you don't understand sometimes. Sometimes you just have to be in a mental space to be compassionate, caring, and forgiving. Um, and you when you don't understand. That's really what it is. It's helping you build for the future. Like you'll figure it out at the end what it all means. But it's like right now you have to just kind of embrace that you don't know what the hell is going on, excuse me. And that unfortunately you won't until the end. You just have to follow like your intuition and your heart about things, and think of things on a higher level, and other people's sides of things, even when it doesn't feel legit to you, that's it. That's it all summed up. I get it. It's a little bit confusing. It's not a straightforward answer, but that's what's happening, okay? So I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.